Okay, all you rock stars, I'm here with Joshua Traver. Did I say that right?
What's going on?
Traver?
Yeah.
Traver. So we just had a formal mental conditioning, business development, all things. We got the entrepreneurial gears turning, and it's a part of my career that I love. I love coaching people on life strategies, business strategies, all kinds of stuff like that. Joshua and I have a similar background. He's currently in the corporate world. I was in the corporate world for 16 years, and the entire time had an extreme love for fitness and coaching the whole time. Well, Joshua has the same thing. So we kind of had a working session, just tabled a bunch of cool ideas and talked about business strategy. And one thing that and I want to get your feedback on this, but one of the key points, Joshua asked me about some strategies, and I said, the world of fitness, and I'd love to hear this in the comments, what your thoughts are on this, other coaches or people that may be wanting to get involved in fitness. Fitness is one of those careers, and coaches is one of those careers where you can't fake it. You have to passionately love fitness and coaching if you're going to make that a career. Most careers we can fake it and still do okay, but you'll be exposed if you're not geeked up and excited about coaching every day. So just wanted to hear some of your thoughts on that and anything that you'd like to add, man. I enjoyed the session today.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, it was a great session. So it's always good to sit with Yancey, and just the energy and the positivity that he brings to any situation is phenomenal. So based on our conversation, really, if you don't love, I definitely resonate with that. If you don't love what you're doing, if you don't, especially in fitness, if you don't believe, not only for yourself but for anyone that you're helping, down the path of fitness, that you can reach your goals, you can even surpass those goals, and you have that excitement. Things are not going to go as good as they could, right? It may, someone may lose weight or finish a race or something, but really you'll never excel at what you're trying to accomplish unless you have that passion, unless you have that energy, and sometimes you got to carry that for other people, right? And have that energy for other people. So definitely thought it was pretty awesome, and it's a good session.
Well, like me, when I was in the corporate world, I kind of started moonlighting with fitness a little bit, coaching. Josh was doing the same thing, and I've worked with other coaches before, and when you leave the conversation, you're like, I don't know if that's going to work with him, but it may never be Joshua's full-time gig, but I'm telling you right now, he's good at what he does, and that's in large part because I can tell that you are passionate about serving others. Coaching is 100%. You talk about service industry. There's no other job in the service industry that can be more impactful. On people. There might be some that are in the same realm, but fitness is one of those jobs. It's just in coaching, it's very impactful. On that one specific human you're working with, and the entire human race. If you can kind of create a little snowball effect. And another thing we talked about, and I want to get your feedback, and please share your feedback. But we talked about never being a copy and paste coach. It doesn't matter if we're coaching. We could be coaching somebody for the 1,500 meters for the Olympic trials. Pretty black and white. Or we could be coaching OCR athletes and everything in between. A good fitness coach, I firmly believe, is like an artist. Puts paint on the canvas, music to the guitar, words in a book, takes food and turns it into a beautiful meal. We need to be artists. And if you are a copy and paste coach and you lose your artistic flair to throw something new and inviting and maybe outside the box a little bit, getting outside the box with your mind and your way of thinking, you bring the artistry to fitness coaching. What were some of your thoughts on that as we tossed that around today?
Yeah, I completely agree. So for me, I think one of the instances were really fresh in my mind is that I've got a couple buddies who helping get ready for their first Spartan race next year, the first OCR race, and we've gone through a few weeks of programming from Yancey, and every week we kind of tweak it a little bit here and there, not only based on the programming that Yancey provides, but also based on the current level of fitness that the two guys that I'm working with are actually at, and not only to adjust to their level of fitness, but also to their kind of motivation and their excitement, just to kind of keep it fresh, keep it interesting, keep them learning new things each week. And that may change like a few minutes before we start. One of the guys yesterday rolled up and said, you know what, I've had a long day, I need coffee, and he looked like he was half asleep. We adjusted that that training, and we talked a little bit more about going back to the why. Like, why do you want to do this? Is this a good day to even work out? And just having that ability to kind of touch base, to pivot, to be creative, right? So we came up with some other ways that were not as intense in certain activities.
Yep.
So that he still had a great workout. He still felt and left, feeling like he was, he had a great session, and he was encouraged, and he's excited to come back next time, and we can, work on something new and maybe step it up a little bit. But definitely, I completely understand that creative side of it, and keeping things fresh, and just kind of changing things as needs be.
So you said pivot, cool. Being able to pivot on the spot, and that plays into that creative artistry role that we talked about. So I wanna cover one more thing. We talked about, actually we did not talk about this, and I should have. So we're gonna cover it right now. The last little bullet point that I forgot to cover, and I would love to hear your thoughts on this in the comments as well. My number one rule for my clients, and Josh and I, we have talked about this through the workouts and through private message, but my number one rule for you as a client, and I know it's Joshua's rule as well, is what you're doing right now. Maybe you're training for an OCR or some other type of event, and you've got these goals. The daily grind, the daily process, as those days start to add up, one day turns into 100 days, just like that. And then all of a sudden you're at your work, you're at your final event, your big goal, and then you're moving on to something else. At the end of the night, at least once a week, Sunday night, you got to put your head on the pillow at night and ask yourself this question: am I enjoying this process? I don't care if we're training for the Olympics or we're training for the Spartan Beast. Are you going to wake up when you're 60, 70, 80 years old? We may get sprayed back there by the Polaris. Be ready. It's cold. Are you going to wake up when you're 60, 70, 80 years old and say, man, I really enjoyed that process? As coaches, you play a big role. We play a big role making sure, number one, we have to live and breathe that ourselves, but we've got to make sure that our clients, we want them to be in a situation, one, we communicate that to them, but we genuinely want to do things in a way to put them in a great situation to when they're moving a little slower and they've slowed down a little bit, they look back and it's like, man, that was some good times back then. That's very important, folks. You can't fake the fitness career. You need to love it. So, Joshua,
true, man.
Hey,
Awesome.
we did this in one take. I told him the rules were 100% improv in one take. So if we screw it up, it's just the way it is.
Sammy's got to be in the video, so
did Sammy make it in? She
was here somewhere.
Sammy, come here. Come here, sweet girl. Come here. Get up here. Come here. Come here. You got to say hello to everybody. There we go. All right, we love y'all. Thank you for tuning in. Be good.
Thanks,
Keep
y'all.
lighting up the planet, everybody.